What's happening, guys? This is House Cat MMA, and right now I'm going to be going over my predictions for UFC Fight Night 275, Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. But before I get into all that, if you would just take a second to like, subscribe, maybe do a bit of comment and sharing, that should be cool as hell. First off, we got Don Marfan versus Cody Steele. Both these guys are good on the ground. I think Steele has the edge on the ground, and I also think that Steele has the edge on the feet. But I think that Marfan's going to find a way to get it done because I think he's tougher than Steele. I think he's got more dog in him than Steele. So I think Marfan's going to get some kind of close decision win. Then we got Jonathan McAuliffe versus Themba Gorimbo. McAuliffe is okay on the feet. He's okay on the ground. And I think that everywhere that McAuliffe is okay, Gorimbo is better. And also, I got a feeling that Gorimbo's going to show his ass. And I think he's going to get a finish against McAuliffe, probably a knockout. Then we got Ben Johnston versus Wesley Schultz. Johnston likes to get taken down a good bit. He does have sneaky submissions, and he is good on the feet. But I think Wesley Schultz is going to take him down repeatedly, and I think he's going to get a unanimous decision win because of that. Then we got Colby Thickneese versus Vince Morales. Morales has good submission skills, good on the feet, and Colby Thickneese, he's good, but he doesn't really stand out in any way. So I think that Morales is going to break his losing streak, and I think he's going to probably submit Colby Thickneese. Then we got Jacob Malkoun versus Gerald Meerschaert. I love Gerald Meerschaert, but as bad as I hate to say it, he's probably done. And I think that Malkoun is probably going to put him away in the first round, probably by knockout. You know, Malkoun, I don't know how far he's going to go, but the dude's armor plated. Andre Petroski, was kind of going for a takedown and bumped his head on Malkoun's hip and kind of knocked himself out. Like, he's just, Malkoun's that type of guy. He's just a brick wall, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Junior Tafa versus Kevin Christian. Both of these guys are good on the feet, and Christian is, faster than Tafa. And I think as long as it stays on the feet, I think that Christian will get some shit off on Tafa, but I think that just because Tafa is who he is, I think he'll find a way to get a knockout win. Then we got Cameron Ralston versus Robert Brycechuk. Brycechuk's a bit of a knockout artist, and Ralston does get hit. And he might be able to get Brycechuk on the ground at some point, Ralston, but I think that Brycechuk will find a way to get like a TKO or something like that, like in the second round. Then we got Tai Tuivasa versus Louis Sutherland. I'm very looking forward to this fight just because of the sheer size of these two men. I would give the slight edge on the feet to Tuivasa. I don't think this fight will take place on the ground at any point. And I think that Tuivasa is going to find a way to get Sutherland out of there. But I think they're going to slug it out. I think they're going to have it out in there. And I think that Tuivasa will get the upper hand. Like I was saying a few days ago, I got a feeling that Sutherland, right now, as it stands right now, he might be the worst heavyweight on the UFC roster right now. And then we got Shamil Gaziev versus Brando Percocet, or Pericic, whatever. Pericic, Brando, is very big, huge individual. And he's good on the feet. Gaziev's not bad on the feet, but he's not, I wouldn't call him good. He's powerful, but I wouldn't call him good on the feet. And I think Pericic is gonna put him away inside of one round, a lot like Waldo Cortez Costa did. And then we got fucking Marwin Rahiki versus Ollie Schmid. Both these men, elongated squirrels. Everything that Schmid's good at, Marwin's better at. And I think that he's going to find a way to finish Schmid pretty quick. Then we got Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. Erceg should win this fight. He should. He's better than Tim Elliott everywhere. And I could be wrong, but I don't see Elliott being able to get Erceg down. But one thing Urseg's not used to dealing with is a guy like Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott is 125 pounds of I don't give a fuck. He's like, I'm good, not bad, but I'll bite your ear off. Tim Elliott's crazy. You can tell just by looking at him. And because of that, even though Urseg on paper should win this fight all the way, I think, I'm giving it to Tim Elliott. I think he's going to find a way to get shit done in there. Then we got Beneil Dariush versus Quaylen Salkild. Beneil Dariush is a good fighter, but he's always kind of lacked a little bit of durability. He's been knocked out 3 times in his past 4 fights. And Salkild, he's looking damn good. He's looking damn good as of late. Very good at setting up his takedowns with his punches. He's the type of talent where he takes the fight anywhere he feels like taking it. He's like, oh, okay, I want to strike for a little bit. Okay, now I want to strike for. Okay, I want to strike for a little bit. Okay, now I want to grapple a little bit. He's good like that. I can't remember who I called to win in my video a few days ago right now, but I'm gonna go Beneil Dariush on this one. I think that it might be a little bit too quick for Salkild. Something's telling me that. I think Beneil will get a decision win. And then we got Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. This thing, Della Maddalena is good. Prates is good. I think that Della Maddalena he's better on the ground than Prates is. Prates is better on the feet than JDM is. But I don't think that Della Maddalena has the chops to really threaten Prates with its grappling. And if he does, and he might, like, it's going to be a whole lot like Leon Edwards hopping on Prates' back. Prates like, what are you doing here? That kind of thing. Though I do think that Della Maddalena is better than Leon Edwards. But I think this is going to be like a 48-47 deal in the favor of Prates. I think there will be times where JDM snatches him up. But, just due to Prates being a dog and just being insanely quick on the feet, I think he's going to get it done. But that's all I have on UFC Fight Night 275, Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. And I will catch y'all tomorrow for the recap.